So as I was saying a little earlier, that prana and working with your prana body or your energy body is like central to the practice of Amrit Yoga. So is going into the third eye. So a lot of practitioners of yoga and energy healing would recognise that we have 7 major chakras, even though there are many more. There's lots of mini chakras, but the one that we really focus on in Amrit Yoga is the third eye, which is between the 2 eyebrows, and that's known as the integrative centre of consciousness. So as you move in the practice and work at your edge, where you're no longer being triggered by what your mind is thinking and all the story around that pose or how bad you are or whatever comes up as a resistance, as you consciously meet that and you're no longer fighting and in conflict, what happens is you're actually purifying your karmic tendencies to react. So instead of being in reaction, you're in allowance. And when you bring energy up into the third eye, it becomes integrated, and it's like a purifying system where what was a karmic tendency or a trigger or a problem or gets brought into the third eye, where you just rest in the center of stillness. And there's a lot to be said about the third eye. It's, you could say it's the seat of the soul. It's the inner eye of God, if you like. It's definitely a harmonizing center where, the polarities turn into unity. So it's got an ability to transcend and unify energy. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, you can just try it. If you just, even now, sitting wherever you are listening to this, if you just close your eyes and don't try to go into the third eye, but rest in the third eye, it's a very different energy to making something. We're not concentrating, we're resting in energy. And as soon as you do that, the mind slows down. You can hear the thoughts become less frequent, and until there's no ripples in your lake, it's just stillness. And so you can have that experience straight away. As a beginner, you can go there. So if you repeatedly practice going into the third eye, then what you're doing is, it's like you're developing a muscle of, I know how to take myself into the place of being through stillness. And that's why all these yoga practices ultimately are pointing in the direction of stilling the mind, stilling the fluctuations of mind, so that you can see your true self.